What is going on, YouTube? My name is White, and we are back garage selling. I could not be more excited. October's a huge month for Tucson. I've been kind of sitting around wondering if garage sales are going to happen at all this year, really. And judging by the postings yesterday on social media and on Craigslist and everything, it looks like it's going to be a huge day for garage sales. I'm going to head to this local community I've hit up a bunch of times in the past. Their HOA decided to cancel the annual community garage sale, but I guess the residents all kind of got together and said, screw that, let's go ahead and have it anyway. So a bunch of posts on Craigslist and on the Facebook marketplace saying a bunch of different people are going to have sales. So I'm driving to that community right now. I'm going to stop at every garage sale between here and there. It's 7 in the morning. Fantastic weather, 65 degrees out. And again, objectives today, we're going to be looking for retro video games. I'm going to be looking for golf clubs. I'm going to be looking for anything really to add to the collection in the game room, any sort of signs, neon signs, any of that stuff. Very excited to get out there. Guys, we've been doing awesome on these like goals the last couple weeks. Let's hit it again. 500 likes today if possible, in honor of getting back to the garage sales. I'm going to be bringing the camera with me to every sale. I'm going to be getting footage, and I'm going to be doing some commentary over it, letting you guys know what's going on, letting you guys know how the sales are and if the item's a good deal or not. Let's hop into it, guys. I'm jacked. So arriving to the first few sales, I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit disappointed. A lot of these people, I believe, were still putting items out. The sale was supposed to start at 7, but again, very unofficial. I walked up right at 7, and I noticed a lot of people still kind of shuffling around in their garages. Here we can see a nice little tennis racket set. Thinking about getting back into tennis, thinking about a lot of new hobbies since this pandemic has begun. Tennis being one of them, golf definitely being another one. And here we can see one of those garage sales I was talking about, just like piles of clothes, really uninspired. Imagine these people wanted to get rid of this stuff, but for me, I'm probably going to just load it in the car and take it to Goodwill and not waste time having a garage sale. I guess any money is profit at that point when you're just trying to get rid of stuff, so not a bad idea, I suppose, for them to have a community sell while everyone else is, but definitely a disappointing inventory for those of us kind of looking for quality. And here we can find this Sony record player. I know a lot of these have a lot of value, but I'm going to stay in my lane with them. I don't know enough about them, and I definitely don't know enough about their reliability. And we can see this super ghetto, like 720p monitor. I'm always looking for monitors. I'm always looking for solid 1080p monitors to add to the game room for when the boys come over to play, whatever battle royale game we're wasting time with at that time. And we can see a bunch of cassette tapes. Let me know in the comment section if cassettes have any value. I've never even bothered to look up any of them, but I imagine they're like VHSs. I imagine some of them, very specific, rare ones, might still have value, even though obviously it's a dramatically inferior method to play music at this point. CDs and stuff obviously are also dramatically inferior. So coming up on the best yard sale, by far the best yard sale of the community sale. I wish every garage sale I walked up to looked exactly like this. 90s stuff, toys, video games, even VHS tapes, books, all sorts of stuff, 15, 20, 30 years old, and a massive inventory. This is exactly what you want to see at the garage sales. And we can see a bunch of classic Disney VHS tapes. Again, if you ask people on Craigslist and some weird people, they say these have a bunch of value. I've never seen it, and I'm never going to even bother picking it up. And I think every kid in the 90s had that Titanic 2 VHS box set. I know I did, and I know I watched a certain scene more times than other times when I was about 10 years old. So heading into the garage, like I said, just great inventory, pictures, furniture, toys, and overall just like a household full of stuff. This is the type of thing you want to see as a buyer walking up. We can see some board games over here. This Lego Creationary game. Again, anything Lego I'm always kind of looking at, but I do typically avoid open box board games because they're usually missing pieces. And for me, they're kind of a nightmare to sell on eBay. Usually they just get donated right to Bookmans for whatever trade-in. And we can see some plug-and-play games, a Scooby-Doo one, that Star Wars one I've seen a bunch of times. And this, really cool find here. I ended up picking this up for $2. Star Wars Episode 1, the Phantom Menace Collector's Edition, widescreen VHS. It does come with some really cool stuff. That's why I ended up picking it up. It comes with like a film strip. I'll show you guys all that in the pickup recap. And if you've ever been on a cruise, you've probably ended up with these goofy little trophies they give out to everyone for various reasons. I have about 5 of them at my parents' house from the million cruises I went on as a kid, but really kind of nostalgic for me. And I'm going to cut the commentary here and let you guys hear. I find some games here and I do some haggling, so I want you guys to be able to hear all that. I'll talk to you guys in a few minutes.
Any video games?
No.
I know you guys had a bunch of like Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, no. Video.
No, I don't have any video games.
There's a million of these like weird electronic games that
Yeah, you
old
don't
people
even.
love.
Oh, yeah.
They're kind of cool.
That's about
They
it.
used to play those a lot in like the 90s.
Yeah.
We have some Wii stuff, it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway.
that's some older stuff.
Anything else? Any games that went with this stuff?
No,
No.
we don't have any of the games.
Yeah, those, no.
You have
There's
a
box
lot.
of
You
controllers.
have a lot of Wii stuff. Holy smokes!
We just should have sold it the last time.
Oh, you sold all the games years ago,
Yeah. When we sold the Wii, so.
What's
that was
a-
in the closet.
right? I think every family in America had the Wii about 10 years ago.
That's how it was.
Yeah, I definitely had one. I wasn't even a kid. What's the lowest you guys would go if I bought all of this Wii stuff and took all of it off this table, like the steering wheels and the guns and all this junk?
I mean, what do I got to mark that?
You have marked at $2. I don't even care for these. I mean, these things are stupid.
These are
really.
really-
These are helpful.
Yeah, but
Oh, shit. Sorry.
These things?
Yeah, those are cool for Mario Kart.
Oh, for Mario Kart, yeah, that's
That's
what we
about
had
all they're
those
good for.
too.
These and these are cool. I mean,
These
if you wanted to
things?
throw these in for free, just get them off the table, I would take them, but I'm probably not going to worry about buying them.
So what do I got? I've got like,
Can't tell, maybe 7 or something?
man, I like take $8 for all of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'll do that.
Okay.
And then hope they work.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
you guys
got
had a
money.
lot of Wii stuff. Holy smokes, dude.
Yeah.
Did you guys have like,
We
looks like you had like 50 controllers or
we-
something at some point.
we had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
Those big games where everybody can play.
Yes.
That was the best part.
I played it in college. So the first awesome yard sale of the day. So far, disappointing yard sales besides that one, which is kind of the ideal yard sale you want to show up to. 90s stuff, early 2000s, a bunch of toys. They said they had no video games, and I walked 3 feet and just saw a million Nintendo Wii stuff. I got a bunch of things at it. I'm going to show you guys everything in the pickup recap. I probably left a ton of value on the table, but if I'm honest, I only came out with $60 today, and real estate, especially at my house, is kind of limited. So I bought the stuff that really interested me. I'll show you guys everything in the pickup recap, but I'm really hoping we can ride this momentum. I'm positive I've been to that house before with Fanta, probably close to 10 years ago. It might have even been different people living there, but I recognize the garage and everything crystal clear. I'm positive we've been in there for something before. So let's keep this momentum going and get to the next sell.
Jumping in with 100%.
I don't know anything about that one because I'm not a big gun nut. I just own one of these guns already. That's why it's kind of weird to see another one.
at a garage sale.
But again, this
I
one's
actually
shorter
own
than mine.
a
The
longer
brand is
barrel
called
version of this
Arisaka.
exact gun. You can always tell by the kind of
The
rose
ammo
petal
is
stamp that it's the Arisaka
I don't know if
brand. That
you can still buy the
used.
ammo, but you're going to be spending
And,
like
yeah, I
$15
convinced
a
this guy
round.
not to sell this
It
at
hasn't
the
been
garage
made
sale.
for
On a worse day,
for
I would have
years.
been the one trying to haggle and buy
Well, yeah,
it.
that's really
but,
cool. I've never seen another
it's
one
a
of these
family heirloom that's from World War II.
before.
Probably not a good place to sell to the garage sale. I'll probably regret that later. So jumping into a little bit more golf stuff, which is what I've been looking for. Expensive just for the bag. I was looking for an entire set of clubs. But golf is really weird, man. It's either really overpriced or people like just give it away to you at garage sales. That's why I waited until garage sales to find a set of clubs for myself. I didn't want to spend a bunch of money at a retail store. And getting into early 2000s nostalgia, a bunch of complete seasons of Lost, Desperate Housewives. If you guys turned on a TV in about 2005, you remember both of these shows dominated the ratings, and Lost just completely dominated my life when that show was on its initial run. Just going on the forums, discussing theories, and then all of it, of course, ultimately led to nothing. I don't think the writers had the answers in mind when they wrote the early seasons. And these Avion, I think that's the name, Avion bottles. They're like cologne bottles. I'm assume there's some value and some collectability here, but I did not know enough about it. And obviously, with garage sales, time is very sensitive. At a community sale, I don't want to waste a bunch of time researching stuff when I can just get to the next sale and find items I know about that I want to add to the collection or that I want to try to sell. And we can see some cool little stuffed animals. This little Space Jam guy. The new Space Jam, I hope, is still coming out. I don't know. Obviously, this pandemic screwed up Hollywood probably as much as any other industry, and definitely delayed some stuff. We can see some of these cool, kind of unofficial Star Wars books here. Again, I know these are at least collectible. I don't know if there's value or if it was worthwhile picking some of these up. If I had a little bit more time and space, I probably would have just made an offer on this whole box, and worst case scenario, traded them into Bookmans. Or found a collector that was interested in buying them or trading for them. You can see like there's that unofficial compendium.
What is going on, low gang? So I checked one off the list right now. Got some golf clubs, which is actually kind of the number one thing I wanted to get out here today. Found a set for $50 at a sale, and I ended up leaving it. Went to a couple other sales because we're in a really like big golf neighborhood. And everyone at the sales I talked to said I was on drugs for not picking them up, and said it was a really good value at $50, even for an older set. So went back with $50, got a set of golf clubs, which is the second big reason I was out here behind games. I'll show you guys a quick look at them in the pickup recap, but let's hit some more of these sales.
So here was another good golf value I 100% should have bought, and I think they wanted $20 or maybe $25 for this ladies set. And it looks pretty complete. Probably would have been a really, really good buy at $20, at least for a starter set, for someone's, fiance or girlfriend. Maybe that's not that interested in playing, but wants to go out a couple times a year. It'd be nice to have their own set. Rental stuff at golf clubs is oftentimes really, really expensive. I actually got my set for a pretty comparable price to what renting a set of clubs would have been at a country club. So this is a really cool garage sale. This is the last one of the day. Some really cool die-cast cars, some, nutcrackers, jelly bean dispensers. There's some, like, a bunch of Christmas decorations, this cool little clock. And this was kind of the type of sale I like to see. Nothing that I necessarily collect, but still almost like walking through a museum. Definitely much more entertaining than just seeing clothes and kind of the generic garage sale fare. And who knows if there's value here. Again, I like to try to stay in my lane, especially on community sales. With time being of the essence, I don't like to waste a bunch of time looking up stuff I'm not very knowledgeable in. A bunch of nutcrackers and some kind of vintage Coca-Cola stuff, it looks like. A bunch of cool stuff for like the kitchen and this Stein. So let's kind of get into the pickup recap. I'll show you guys what I ended up getting. Here's my set of clubs. I've already traded this driver in at the local Plating and Sports and gotten a much nicer one. But these irons are supposed to be really solid. MSI oversized, and Billy Casper is the Pro, whoever that is, and then this Plop putter, not a brand I'm too familiar with, but I did putt pretty well with it. It's really soft, so I can hit the ball pretty hard and it doesn't go too far. Played really well with these clubs, actually, just getting back into golf for the first time in about 15 years. Again, pandemic related, these are the kind of hobbies I'm trying to get into, as everything is just disrupted, everything is shut down. It was so nice to get out garage selling for the first time during all of this and just see other people. And here's the Star Wars Phantom Menace Collector's Edition VHS I ended up getting. Again, VHS is, I don't think it's too collectible, and it's definitely not the best quality. I can't even watch DVDs today, it looks so bad. But this collector's edition does come with some cool stuff, as my puppy is getting into all sorts of trouble in the house. And the coolest thing for me was this film strip. This is the kind of thing I would put up in the game room, maybe on a wall. It's a little film strip from the film. It looks like the scene when they were Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan fought Darth Maul. By far the most memorable part of that movie. That, and I think the pod race scene has aged pretty well. Other than that, the movie's kind of a big train wreck. But a couple of those scenes, absolute marvels that have aged really well. That Duel of Fates soundtrack as well, just pretty classic and otherwise pretty horrible movie. That being said, I think these prequels look like Oscar-winning films compared to the garbage Disney spewed out the last 10 years. Makes me enjoy the prequels a lot more. Even if they're kind of campy, kind of schlocky, and certainly the visual effects in some of them has not held up well. And there's a look at the VHS tape and that really cool kind of portrait of Naboo in the background. Just a really cool item for a Star Wars collector. No brainer at $2. And the find of the day for sure, all of this Wii stuff for $8. Again, Wii is not in what I would call a value cycle right now. It's not too worth picking up, but for $8 cash, that's an insane amount of value. 10 Wiimotes, a bunch of those Wii Motion Plus attachments, Mario Kart steering wheels, the plastic cases that I hope no one used. This weird webcam. I'm not sure if this is a Wii peripheral or if this was just a webcam they accidentally threw in with everything. But guys, that is it. I'm going to probably trade in or sell all this stuff on eBay. Drop a thumbs up on the video if you guys like the garage sale stuff. I'm going to try to get back out there more often now that it looks like people are kind of coming out from their hiding places during this pandemic. So again, drop a like, drop a comment. Good seeing all you guys. I'll be back soon with another video.